next rapper I listened to get into rap when I was very young, like 9 years old. So with that, let's get right into the Marshall Mathers LP2. And before I do, as many of you who follow my first channel and stuff know, I did enjoy Recovery. I thought it was a very solid, good album. I did not like Bad Meets Evil all too much. I thought half of the shit was just throwaway verses, and Royce is just awful nowadays. But anyway, let's get on to Marshall Mathers LP2. People were concerned that this would be trying to live up to the name of the Marshall Mathers, but I feel it was definitely more in tune that it's going to revisit the same way Marshall Mathers reflects the actual Marshall Mathers, the person that Eminem is, his life. This Marshall Mathers LP2 reflects his life in its current stage, and I found a lot of interesting things on this album that I think are actually very, very positive, a few negatives, so let's go over each track as I like to do. The album opens up with Bad Guy. I don't know if it was the smartest thing to open up with this track, because it is possibly one of the best tracks on the entire album, and when you go from high, it's hard to keep up. So, Bad Guy starts off with, this is basically Stan Part 2. The point of view of the character that is Matthew, and that is the kid from Stan. Not the actual Stan, but his brother Matthew. If you remember in Stan, he's like, here's a cap for Matthew. I wrote on the starter cap. So here we go. Matthew gets a starter cap, blah, blah, blah. Years later, 10 years later or whatever, more than 10 years, he is now back for revenge. And the song goes pretty deep into play of what he's doing to go and why he's getting revenge on Eminem. The ending is very, well, not the ending, but the ending to Matthew's part is very similar to Stan. He's in the car, and it's a great, great storytelling. Something that, in my opinion, was missing hugely from Recovery and Relapse. It's just, and even Encore. Encore's a piece of shit, by the way. But anyway, the storytelling elements, that's one of my favorite things about the Slim Shady LP. Absolutely phenomenally done. So it was nice to see it happen. And then you get this 2 to 3 minute verse by Eminem that might be one of the greatest verses he's ever spit, just because of his raw energy on it. It's basically his subconscious fighting with himself and saying that he can never be what he used to be, yet he puts himself through this, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to spoil the whole song, but the point is, what I love about Eminem is all the different shades of different type of music he makes. He may not make the best party songs or the best emotional songs or the best blah, 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 but he combines all those elements on his albums usually, and that's what we got here. And in the end, when everything is silent, and kind of the last maybe 4 or 5 bars is when you really see Eminem. And I'm not going to spoil it because I want you to hear it, but damn, I mean, it's just the magic, that line when he says the magic capture, you just gotta see it. I mean, you gotta hear it. I mean, great opening, possibly one of the best openings ever, and is as good as White America and Kill You and so on. I'd say it's on that level, just in a very different field. Great opening, and sets the tune for this album pretty well. Next up is Parking Lot. It's a skip. It's a skit. It's a follow-up of The Criminal. Remember when he robs the bank and shoots her? It leads on to what happens after that, and you could have guessed, because actually the skit almost follows the actual verse of Criminal, the final verse, which is one of my favorite verses of all time. So the skit's pretty cool. Rhyme or Reason, the zombies, you are a genius. I absolutely love the sample on this. I love the chorus. It is one of my favorite on the album. The verses are solid. The thing I have a problem with the verses is they kind of go nowhere sometimes. Just random lines. I mean, it shows off his technical skill, obviously, and this dude is just unbelievable combining these words together, but it really just doesn't do much. There's certain lines on I really love, especially when he's referring to his father. The opening of the third verse is great. I thought it was actually funny. But the song itself is very enjoyable just because of the sample, and the chorus is just, I love it. It's great chorus. As the verses are a little weaker than the rest of the album, the chorus more than makes up for it. So much better. I love this song. Why do I love this song? Because Puke, it didn't have a bad idea, except for the fact that the fucking sound effects are disgusting, and it's very, very lazy lyrics. So Much Better is basically a Puke should have been. So Much Better has great chorus. I mean, it's a sing-along chorus about telling a bitch to go die. Funny funny as fuck. The lyrics are funny. This is the type of Eminem I've been waiting for to hear. Where was the funny Eminem in like the last 3 albums? What the fuck? You know, Recovery, was there even a line that you laughed at? With Bad Meets Evil, really? The fucking songs that were trying to be funny were just not. And then On Everything, that song's so fucking horrible. But this, you know, Relapse had a couple of funny lines. I just more shock than funny. This definitely was a funny song. Just because you can tell that it's him. This is who he is. He just hates women. So I enjoyed this a lot. So Much Better is definitely a funny fucking song and brought back to me the old Eminem. Survival. I'm not even going to get into this track. This shouldn't even be on the fucking album. It was supposed to be a bonus track. It is on the album. Unfortunately, it's a piece of shit, terrible song. Alright, it's not terrible. It's just a pretty boring fucking song. It's the most boring song on this entire album. There's no really... It sounds like a Recovery leftover. It sounds like Cinderella Man if Cinderella Man had no heart in it. Survival's made for Call of Duty, and there's really nothing else to talk about. Very skippable track. Legacy. Love it. Love it. Love it. This might be my favorite song on the entire album. It's really hard to judge so early, but it's absolutely phenomenal. Why is it phenomenal, though? It's probably because I love the production on this. The chorus is so freaking good. Especially, the best part, in my opinion, is the first chorus, because it kicks in, like, she'll do, like, this bridge, and then the Legacy chorus kicks in. It's just like, fuck, that's so good, you know? And I really enjoyed it. Legacy was definitely one of my favorite on the album. And the verses go from back when he's a kid all the way till now, and it's great. Great song. And kind of sums up his life pretty much as being treated like he's never going to be anything, and he decided to step up. And he's done songs like this previously, but I liked how it was a little bit different this time just because of the beat type. I don't think I've really heard him rap on this type of beat. He uses this filter effect on his voice, and I actually think it works in his favor. So overall, Legacy is one of my favorite. Asshole, 7th track. This seems to be getting a lot of hate. I guess because of the beat. To me, honestly, the beat sounds like my first single, just heavier. And it maybe because you're listening on computer speakers, I can understand. But in the car, I can hear him fine. His verses are pretty awesome, actually, in a lot of ways. Some of the lines are a little cheesy, but some of them are great. And I especially love the fact that he goes over the double standard about his daughters, and I love the fact that he goes over the fact that nobody fucking likes him because he's an asshole. I like the fact that he goes over his career as this is what I've been doing, and if you don't like it, well, tough shit, I've been doing this and now you're saying that I'm not, you know. Asshole's a great track. The chorus is fun enough. You know, Skylar Grey does her thing. I like the Eminem part where he's like chicka chick, you know, that thing, but whatever. Asshole's a good track. I won't say it's great or anything, but I think the verses are really solid. Berserk, I like Berserk. I love the chorus. The verses are obviously weaker, and it's especially surprising after I've listened to the entire album how weak the verses are. I definitely think that he did the verses weak on purpose, because the rest of the album has such a mass amount of wordplay and so many fucking words in each song that I'm wondering, because we're gonna get to the next song, I'm wondering if he downplayed his own lyrics on this to make it the first radio single. But the chorus is catchy enough, and I love the beat. I know some people hate it. I love it. Rap God. This is what I'm talking about. Why did Berserk have those type of lyrics, and then he makes a song like Rap God? There are so many things in this song that are so easily missed. One is because he uses this fast flow, and a lot of people aren't used to it, or they can't catch everything. It took me a couple listens to catch a lot of it, but he goes over so many things that you probably won't even notice, and it's so self-awareness too at the same time of talking about stuff from his drug addiction to his daughters to never being the same as he was. But one of my favorite lines is when he says, you know, everybody's talking about his double flow and all that shit. One of my favorite lines is when he's talking slow and he's like, and you're stuck in 2004. And I love that line because it's true. You're stuck in the era where Eminem is never going to be like he was. So that's, if you want to be stuck in that, you know, good for you. But he's not. This is his new style. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But he's not going to stop. So I enjoy Rap God. I think it's a great lyrical showcase. And, you know, the only negative thing I say, I don't love the actual beat. But everything else is great about it. Which brings me to the next song, Brainless. Love this chorus, love this beat, like the verses. What do I mean by that? I don't think the verses really stand out enough than they should. And the reason why is because some of them just sound, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the song sounds the most like old Eminem. Just one, the chorus is just great. You know, I don't know why he doesn't do his choruses more often, because this is what I'm talking about. I mean, great chorus. But the verse is just kind of just random lines put together. And I get that's how some of his old songs were, like Criminal and so on. And it's a good song. I listened to it like 7 or 8 times. And I do enjoy it a lot. I just don't think the verses are the best I've ever heard. And it's strange, you know, because with the actual chorus being so well done, I love this beat, which is produced by Eminem. I was a little iffy on the verses, but you know, maybe they'll grow on me. But overall, Brainless, just for the chorus alone and beat, it'll bring you back the most out of all these songs to the old Eminem for sure. Stronger Than I Was, track 11. I was a little afraid of this because he's singing, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing singing? But you know, it worked on Haley's song, and I believe it works here. He doesn't like to sing. He says that in a lot of, you know, his older stuff. He thinks he's a horrible singer, and he isn't really that good. But I think this song was good because he's talking about an actual relationship. You know, a lot of the hatred of this girl and blah, 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 I hate you, bitch, and so on. This is a little bit different for him. He's talking about someone obviously he has dated and he cares about, and he left, or she left. So it's a stronger song than I expected, just because it actually feels real for once, instead of just, bitch, I'm going to drown you in a fucking razor blades and slash your throat and blah, 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 you know? So I liked it. I didn't think it was great. You know, his singing leaves a lot to be desired, but his only verse and his singing is good enough where it's an enjoyable track and definitely different. Monster, I don't hate this song. I just think it's an okay song, which is surprising because I did enjoy Love the Way You Lie, despite a lot of Eminem fans thinking it's trash. I thought it was a very solid song about abuse. Take away some of the shitty punchlines. It's a strong song, and I enjoyed it. The Monster, not so much, but the Monster is a catchy song, and I do like Eminem's second verse, especially the beginning of it. So it's an enjoyable song, but definitely feels like this is for radio, kind of like Lighters. And I'm just gonna, you know, listen to it maybe, but I don't really think I'm gonna ever love it. So far, this song I laughed at. I literally laughed at. I haven't heard an Eminem song where I'm literally laughing throughout the song since probably, to be honest, the Eminem Show with Drips, because I thought that was a fucking disgusting and funny song. But yeah, I haven't laughed in a while, and so far it's definitely gonna make you laugh. I mean, if you don't take it serious, I mean, it starts so fucking funny that you have to know this is a joke fun song. And the beat's great, the chorus is great, the verses are solid as hell. Overall, I love so far, and it's definitely old school funny Eminem. No more, you know, bullshit. He's just having fun there. Track 14, Love Game. I personally enjoy it a lot. I don't really know what the hate's about. Maybe because they were expecting Kendrick and Eminem to go back and forth like no love or something. But fuck that. This is a fun song. And dude, Kendrick's fucking funny on this. But who's more funny? Eminem. Oh, that last verse, dude. When he just goes on and on about, my favorite part is when, well, the very last things he says in my favorite part. He's like, if it's a rage, oh, dinner at 8. And then I get an FS. You know, that's a great part. It's very fun. Eminem. He's having fun. And the chorus is catchy. That's definitely gonna be fucking catchy. If you're not singing along with that, something's wrong with you. Go fix your brain. Headlights, number 15. This is a song I never expected. I'm not gonna lie. I've been listening to Eminem for since I was 9. So what is that? 15, 16 years. I've been through listening to his lyrics since I remember him hating his mom. You know, mom, you're a bitch. You're not gonna get, when the Source came out, you're not gonna get a buck out of her. You know, my mom's broke as fuck and all that shit. Cleaning out my closet. My Mom on Relapse, which is one of the better songs on that album. So when he makes a song about saying sorry, I was literally stunned, and I loved it. Loved the brutally honest. He doesn't blame anybody. He blames himself a little bit. He blames her. But in the end, he's talking about a relationship that is so shattered. But he refuses to let that be the final say. He wants to fix this or at least get his point of view out there, and I loved it. I mean, so much raw emotion. The first verse is great, but the second one is just extraordinary and fun. I love fun. I thought their album was really awesome, so hearing them on the chorus is great. So yeah, so far, wow, definitely, Headlights, definitely, wow, great song, great emotional song. It's not cheesy, and it's amazing. I loved it. Evil Twin is another great song. Man, Evil Twin came through big time. I have to say I'm a little upset about the chorus because it's kind of half in there, half not. But besides that, I think the song showcases great lyricism. There's so many quotables, but probably my two favorite is when he's like, I go back to my first 3 albums and skim over those bitches and listen to as much as I can to stay up with my competition, something like that. And I'm just like, what did he just say? You know? I mean, the dude is killer on that song. Fucking Jesus. And then the other one, I'm top 4 in this bitch, and that includes Pac and Biggie, but I have an evil twin, so who do you think the 3rd and 4th spot are for? I'm like, what? You know, it was just awesome showcase of lyrics. Evil Twin is definitely worth checking out. It's a great showcase. It might not be as quick and vicious as like Criminal, but I still loved it. I loved it. Great closer for the normal album. Real fast, let's go over the deluxe. They give you 5 more songs that are actually worth listening to. Baby is probably my least liked one, to be honest. A lot of people seem to love this. I do like the beat, and the chorus is okay, though a little cheesy for me. This song has a pretty cool concept. It's basically Eminem in the ring, and he's like talking about all the subjects that you fall back down, you get up, worse than the underdog, come up swinging, and so on. So there's cool stuff about it and good lyrics. I just don't find it I'll listen to it, but I don't think I'll ever study every lyric to it. Which brings me to the next one, which seems to be separated. Desperation. I like this song. Yes, it's Eminem going over girl problems again, so it's getting a little repetitive at this point. But what I really love is the beat. I don't know if it's up to you. Like this beat to me sounds like a mix of Walking Dead and Breaking Bad, and that's only a good thing. But man, I never listened to what's his name, Jamie and Commons, I think, or something. Whatever his name is, dude comes with this great chorus. It's desperation. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sing this country hick song with him. But yeah, it was great, man. Great song. Just for the beat and chorus alone. But I think Eminem put solid verses up, so I enjoyed it. Groundhog Day is an interesting concept. I do like the fact that he goes back and talks about issues. I like the fact that he goes and talks about being with Proof and then making D12 and making personas. I love the fact that battling kind of mode he was in. Stuff like that was cool. It's a little bit of a long song. There's really no chorus, but overall it's an enjoyable lyrical showcase. And it's an enjoyable song. I like it more than Baby anyway. Beautiful Pain. I mean, why the fuck is this not on the album? Why is Survival on the album and this isn't? Beautiful Pain is a song that we need to be reminded every once in a while that Eminem can be emotional. And, this is a song, to me, similar to Monster, but it's more uplifting. And it's sad, but it's also uplifting at the same time. I personally loved it. I think her name is Shia or whatever. She did a great chorus, great beat again. Actually, this beat is done by the same guy who did Legacy. Dude's phenomenal, man. He deserves to be on more Eminem songs. But yeah, Beautiful Pain, great, deep song, dark. It's great. Probably the best one on the bonus tracks. And last but not least, Wicked Ways. I'm not in love with this track. I think it's a good track. I love when he does use the Slim Shady voice on this track. It's certainly a good way. And Imagine Dragons singer, actually, I think is singing this, which is great because I do like Imagine Dragons. So overall, this is another showcase, very kind of similar to Evil Twin in a way, though I think Evil Twin's a better song. So check it out. I think you're going to really like that one as well. So overall, now that I've listed all the albums and what I think of each, all the tracks and think of each one, what do I think overall of the album? Am I satisfied? I am very much. With Eminem, it's been a very up and down road. I love Slim Shady LP Marshall Mathers, I mean, one of the best albums I've ever heard. Eminem Show is, in my opinion, the best album I've ever heard in my life, ever in music. And the reason why is because there's no CD out there where I literally can listen to every song front to back and say, great, 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 great. And yes, Eminem Show does have Business on it, which is probably the weakest song on the album. But at the same time, Eminem Show captures so many fucking things, from important to serious to somewhat funny. It's just an amazing album, and it's definitely my favorite of all time for at least Eminem. So, you know, I'm a huge Eminem fan from that era. Of course, Encore, fucking terrible, terrible. I don't understand how people on fucking YouTube can actually defend this piece of shit record. It literally is shit. There's literally 3 fucking songs on the entire album worth listening to. Let me give you a little tip real fast. I know I'm getting off rail here. Yellow Brick Road is a piece of shit storytelling song. It is forced as fuck, terrible flow, and it's shitty as hell. Mockingbird, what a waste of a fucking song. People are like, you don't understand, it's about his daughter. Nah, motherfucker. It is a badly made song. Haley's song is really good. The reason why Mockingbird is made is because Haley's song was such a big hit. Guess what? Haley's song wasn't even supposed to be on the album. Big hit, Interscope, Eminem, make Mockingbird, okay. So he makes a song at 4 in the morning with the most boring fucking voice to ever be on a track, and that's what you get from Mockingbird. Anyway, getting off track, Encore's a piece of shit. I can go all day of why that album's one of the worst ever made. But yeah, then you got Relapse, which I thought was an interesting concept, but not really, you know, replay value. I listened to it maybe 2-3 weeks, and I never really listened to it ever again. And Recovery, I love the self-awareness, very serious album, but there's no fun in it. And yes, if I want to listen to serious Eminem, I'm going to enjoy Recovery a lot. You know, I love Seduction. I love, what's that song? God damn it. I am losing it today. I'm sorry. There's a couple on there I really, Spacebound, Almost Famous. Those songs to me are great. I love them. But I want the fun Eminem, you know? I want the ha-ha-ha. And that's what I got here. I got the fun Eminem with some serious songs. So overall, Marshall Mathers LP2, I know it's the longest fuck review. Is it the Eminem that we want? It's up to you. I think it's the best Eminem record I've heard since since Eminem Show. It contains a lot of the elements that Eminem Show and Marshall Mathers had that were great. Sure, it's not as strong as either one of those, but it retains the great lyricism. Skill is on there. The songs are fun and enjoyable. Replay value, some people aren't understanding it right now. I think this replay value is going to be very high because they're more fun songs. Just like I still play Kill You, I still play I'm Back, I still play Who Knew, I still play those songs because they're fun. And that's what I think we're going to get here. So overall, is it worth buying? Yes. Check out Marshall Mathers LP2. Definitely get the deluxe edition. You can switch out some songs because, man, Survival fucking sucks. And maybe another song you don't like on the album for at least 2 or 3 of the great bonus tracks. So check it out. Marshall Mathers LP2. Definitely worth buying. I would give it right now. First, I listened about 7 or 8 times. I'm going to give this a really, really solid 8. It's a great CD. Sure, not everything's, you know, boom, skyrocket. It's not going to be on top of the first 3 at all. Well, maybe. I don't know. I didn't really love Slim Shady LP. I don't think it aged as well. But either way, I don't think it's quite on the level of those 3. But it's definitely really solid. A step above Recovery, which I, like I said, enjoyed. But much better than Relapse. And oh my god, much better than Encore. Like, you have to be... if you think Encore at all is better than this, please... go get yourself checked, because Encore's a terrible piece of shit. Alright, I'm out.